So the average scores are on a 5-point Likert scale. Okay, our old system was on a 6-point Likert scale, not 5-point. And I've been asked, what's the magical formula to take to compare the 5-point Likert scale to the 6-point Likert scale? Do I just divide this by 5 and then multiply it times 6? Don't do that. Okay? This is a different system. It's a new baseline. I've repeatedly said to everybody involved in the process, you cannot compare the old scores and the new scores. That's just the way it is. We've broken with the old system. Don't try to do that. Okay? So, but that's your average scores are those raw scores that you get back. At the top, your progress and relevant learning objectives is a weighted average from the learning objectives that you selected. So in this case, they selected 4 objectives. If you choose an objective as essential, it counts twice. It's double weighted in that average. If you select it as important, it's single weighted. So if you select all your objectives as important or all your objectives as essential, what's the difference?
A factor of 2?
That you divide the essential ones by 2, it's the same score. Right? So the only reason you want to choose essential and important is because there's something that's twice as important that you do in the class. Right? Or something approaching twice as important. Otherwise, you could just pick all the same. Okay? This counts. They provide a summary evaluation score. I'm going to be meeting actually with a group of administrators from all the colleges to talk about the use of this for summative purposes. They've offered this up as kind of a single score. This is 50% progress on learning objectives. This is 25% student responses to the question of, was this an excellent teacher? And 25% was this an excellent course? That's the sort of de facto weighting that they provide. That's what this summative evaluation score is. They provide all of the underlying scores because some institutions might choose to say, we don't care about these, or we think this should be weighted more. So these scores are available right now, and I haven't been privy to enough of a kind of conversation on the administrative side to have a sense of what the consensus is about whether this is the score that we're going to use or whether there's a sort of broader base here.
What are you hardwiring into digital measures right now?
That's what we're going to be talking about with the focus group. Right? So
but right now, you're doing B and C, right?
I loaded in relevant learning objectives, teacher, and course. Okay. So A, B, and C are all in digital measures. So that's the average scores. Now, for summative purposes, they really encourage us to use the converted average. And let's talk a little bit about that.